Welcome back to Forgotten Hollywood. Of all the major holidays in the United States, Thanksgiving seems to get the least amount of love from Hollywood. Okay, maybe second to St. Patrick's Day, but you get my point. There are only a handful of movies that feature Thanksgiving, and even less that focus on the holiday itself, and not just jump over to Christmas as soon as the second act starts. I was curious as to how many true Thanksgiving movies there were out there. So I started tracking down ones that made various lists. I have to say that most of them don't even count because the Thanksgiving part is like half a scene. But there are some that really stood out as the best and worst for the holiday. Starting with the worst, I watched Home for the Holidays from 1995. The cast was impressive, with Holly Hunter in the lead and featuring Robert Downey Jr. as her childish little brother, Dylan McDermott as the love interest, and even an appearance from Geraldine Chaplin, daughter of the famous Charlie, as the crazy aunt. Well, this had the makings of a fun holiday rom-com. The delivery and massive amount of conflict within the dysfunctional family was just depressing. They made the Bundys look like the Bradys. The scene that really stood out to me was Thanksgiving dinner itself. There were several conversations going on at once, literally at once. The actors were all talking over each other so much that I couldn't follow what anyone was saying, and it just added this feeling of overwhelming chaos that fueled a desire to run away. And that's probably what they were going for as far as the characters' feelings, but it doesn't really work as well when the audience shares the sentiment. The one and only redeeming factor of the movie was at the very end, there was this montage of happy memories from each of the various characters, including the crazy aunt. That part was nice. That, like, whole 2 minutes. But other than that, there are other movies about dysfunctional families that I could watch. Side note, if you want a good version of what they were going for, watch While You Were Sleeping. It came out the same year, and it stars Sandra Bullock as a lonely woman working a menial job in Chicago. Due to a misunderstanding, she finds herself spending the holidays with a very loud Catholic family that takes her in as one of their own. Supporting characters include Bill Pullman, Peter Boyle, and Glynis Johns as the crazy grandmother. It's more of a Christmas movie as it's set from mid-December through January and beyond, but it does have the spirit of togetherness, family, and overcoming hard times. They also have a similar family meal scene, only the filmmakers decided to have the characters say their lines one at a time so you could actually follow the various conversations. What a concept! The best one I found focused on the holiday outside of television specials was a movie called Dutch from 1991. It's about a man named Dutch who promises his girlfriend that he will get her obnoxious 13-year-old son from his private boarding school to her house for Thanksgiving dinner. The boy is a terror, but Dutch's carefree attitude is mostly unfazed by his antics. There are a few times that the boy really gets to him, but it's understandable when you see the severity of the kid's actions and the trouble it can cause, such as dropping a lit cigar in the man's lap while he is driving down a snowy highway. No good can come from that sort of prank. Through trials and tough love, the boy's walls start to come down, and the ending is very satisfying. The PG-13 rating is gained through some TV level swearing, some instances of the Lord's name in vain, and a pack of dirty playing cards that the audience does get a glimpse of. There's another Thanksgiving film very similar to that one, which is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, that came out in 1987. It stars the comedy powered duo of Steve Martin and John Candy. It's another instance of circumstances bringing people together in a mad adventure as one of the two does everything possible to get home to his family for Thanksgiving dinner, and the other is sort of going along for the ride. The humor in that one is more adult than I like. It's definitely not as family friendly as Dutch, which is saying something because Dutch isn't like little kid friendly, but you could probably show it to an older child. Still, if you like that sort of thing, it's not a terrible movie. The ending is my favorite part. I won't spoil it, just It's satisfying. Another movie I thought of for Thanksgiving, although it's not technically about the holidays at all, is Rudy from 1993. It's a football movie, and I'm including it because that sport seems to be permanently connected to this holiday. It also contains themes connected to Thanksgiving, such as family, getting through hard times, and looking for blessings in your life. Sean Astin plays the title character, brilliantly, might I add, who fights against all odds to achieve his dream, and he never gives up. Of all the sports movies I've seen, one is at least in the top three. The final movie I would like to mention is a staple in my family and one of my son's favorites, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving from 1973. Timed at only 30 minutes, it doesn't have the amount of drama that the others do, but it does have the comic genius of Charles Schultz. Of course, Peppermint Patty drives me crazy in this one, but she drives me crazy in every special. It's her unique way of causing trouble for Charlie Brown and really anyone else that gets into close proximity. Still, there are some great moments and heartwarming message at the end, which is why the Beagle has been a holiday fixture for decades with nearly every holiday. So that's what I was able to find. I know there are more, including the new horror movie I have opted to skip this year. Really, it doesn't matter what you choose for Thanksgiving viewing, be it a football movie, a holiday classic, or some other film, as long as it brings people together. That's the point. To be thankful for who you have and that you've made it through another year. After the last few years with struggles and storms, I think we all have something to be thankful for. Thanks for watching. What's your go to on Thanksgiving? Or is this the holiday that the TV stays off? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications and I will catch up with you next time.